Resulted in a number of schools being delayed this morning, and they're scrolling at the bottom of your screen. They're also available on our website, hometownstations.com, or in our mobile app. But the temperatures are not too bad, 40 to 50 degrees. The other issue, though, is we do have a few scattered thunderstorms out there, which we'll show you in just a moment. But first, let's talk about that fog, which does show that we are down to 1/3 of a mile to zero, especially in areas south and east of Lima this morning, although there's pretty dense fog everywhere across the area. And temperatures not too bad, certainly on the mild side between 40 and 50. But satellite and radar does show that there are some scattered thunderstorms, especially in the northwestern part of our area, as there is one in particular that we're keeping a pretty close eye on off to the north and west of our area that is just here moving towards Defiance County. That contains quite a bit of hail, so we're keeping a close eye on that, and we will keep you updated as that could scrape our area. Good morning once again, everyone, on this Wednesday. Temperatures right now, seasonable, we'll say, seasonably mild. 39 here in Lima. Elsewhere, 37 in Paulding and Defiance. Those are your cool spots. The warmer spots down in the South Minster and Sydney, also in the lower 40s. Now, everyone is going to see these temperatures come up dramatically, some 30 degrees by the end of the day today, but unfortunately, it is not going to be a pleasant day at all. Now, satellite and radar show showers and thunderstorms moving through the area. One particularly strong one just south of Van Wert with a lot of lightning, and that's making its way likely just grazing Lima on the northwestern side. But overall, it's definitely going to be a rough morning, as off to the west we do have more showers and thunderstorms that are going to move through the area. This is not, however, the severe weather threat. That is way back here, currently across parts of Missouri and through eastern Iowa. And this will be making its way into our area just around sunset time tonight. So we'll show you this on our Skycast. Through the morning, nothing to really worry about, just a few showers and thunderstorms out there. And then through the afternoon, look at these numbers. The temperature is very mild, but thanks to a very, very strong southerly wind, upwards gusting to 40 miles an hour this afternoon potentially. But what we are going to see, temperatures that are very mild, and then around sunset, a cold front approaches from the west. Now, we'll also see a few things that will determine how severe the weather gets tonight. One of them is if we get an individual cell that pops out in front of the cold front, because if that were to happen, the environment is in a situation where that storm would very likely rotate and would have the chance of producing a strong tornado. So we'll certainly keep an eye on that. But what we will also guarantee in terms of severe weather is that around 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock tonight, we'll have a very intense squall line moving through the area. And that also could produce some tornadoes, along with a very high likelihood of damaging winds, maybe 70 or 75 miles an hour, as well as some hail, possibly as much as, ooh, you hate to say this, but golf ball sized hail, not out of the realm of possibility during the day today. Now, as this does move out, temperatures tonight really not going to drop very far at all. We'll only be down to right around the 60-degree mark. But overall, certainly tomorrow is going to be a whole heck of a lot quieter than today, with temperatures just around the lower to middle 60s. But what should you do if you are under a tornado warning later tonight? Well, go to the lowest floor of a sturdy building, look for an interior windowless room, cover your head in some way, a pillow, a helmet, a mattress, something along those lines, and have emergency supplies ready to go in the shelter for after the storm does pass. It's going to be a rough day, but we will all certainly get through it. And then the extended forecast shows that we're going to see a pretty wet weekend, unfortunately, with temperatures not that warm, and then certainly not warm at all early next week, with highs in the 30s on Tuesday and lows for a bunch of next week in the middle 20s. So a return to more of a wintry feel to begin next week. The temperatures today, this morning at least, certainly can be beat because it is pretty cold out there. 16 degrees is the number here in Lima, and elsewhere numbers range from basically 15 to 20, depending on exactly where you are, although it's a little colder in Napoleon and in Bellefontaine, where you see numbers at 13. Now, satellite and radar shows barely anything whatsoever. We are mostly to completely clear out there, and we do expect to be mostly sunny through the day today. We are going to see temperatures increase very nicely this afternoon up in into the 40s, so a very pleasant day to begin your Valentine's Day weekend. And we are also going to see continued warming over the next several days, and we will have all the details that you need to know about it in the next few minutes. Well, good Wednesday morning again, everyone. Temperatures again off to a very mild start across the area, right around that 70-degree mark. 70 in Lima and a whole lot of 70s and 71s out there. A 72 in Kenton, a 69 in Napoleon, but overall, we're right at that number. And as we do go through the day today, we should see another, let's say, 10 to 15 degrees and end up around 82 to 85 degrees for your high today. Now, satellite and radar does show that the edge of the clouds has reached the greater Lima area. And over the next several minutes, this cloud coverage will push off to the east, and we'll just be left with partly sunny skies. But if you also look off to the west as we zoom out, you're starting to see a bit more in the way of like bubbly pop-up showers across parts of northern Indiana. And we do expect some scattered shower and thunderstorm activity later on in the afternoon today. And that's one of the reasons that we are going to see our temperatures be considerably cooler than where they have been the last couple of days. Now, let's also just do a brief check-in on Tropical Storm Erin. Still expected to be a Category 3 hurricane north of the Caribbean in 5 days, but the good news is that it should miss the United States to the east. The issue could be for Bermuda, though, so if you do have vacation plans there next week, you're definitely going to need to keep a very close eye on that one. Now, Skycast for the day today does show that we'll be in the middle 70s or upper 70s by 11 o'clock. And then through the afternoon hours today, here's your highs, 82 to 85 degrees with scattered shower and thunderstorm activity. Depending on exactly where you are, you might get them, you might not. Let's say it's about a 40% chance of getting the storm today. And then tonight we'll drop down through the 80s, through the 70s, and into the lower to middle 60s by tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow looks like a delightful day. The showers are likely overdone on this model, so we do expect tomorrow's temperatures to be about 82 to 85 with bright sunshine. Just a delightful day. So the scattered showers and thunderstorms are likely for your Wednesday, but it will be much cooler than where we have been the last few days. And as we look at the extended forecast, tomorrow continues to look delightful. The weekend, the first weekend of the Allen County Fair, is looking hot, humid, and mostly dry. Monday looks even hotter with temperatures in the lower to even middle 90s possible. Then scattered showers and thunderstorms roll in for Tuesday, which will dramatically cool things off, and Wednesday looks absolutely terrific. So a bit of good news for everybody, really, in this forecast, no matter what kind of weather you like.